Now, if you feel that all you need is one call to turn someone into a client, you've really had it all wrong your entire business life. And that's okay. I've been in the same situation. And I've really sort of seen with my own clients and, of course, with myself that I've always had, the perception that all you needed was one call. Or for me, it was like one Zoom meeting to, turn a person into a client. And really, I've come to realize it is so much more than that, right? And it's even been something I've seen with my own clients who we get them appointments, right? And instead of going ahead and meeting with the person in person, some of them would literally just want to call up the lead, even though we've already contacted the leads for them, and try to turn the person into a client and get the mandate or get the offer made on that one call. And what usually happens is it all just happens way too fast for the person on the other side, so the prospect, and the deals always just fall through. And the reason why this is because it essentially stems from not nurturing the lead, right? Because as you've heard a ton of times, if you're in the lead generation or appointment generation space, that, you need to follow up with your lead. And then all people do in terms of following up with their lead is just blowing up their phone, email address, SMS, whatever it may be, on, hey, book an appointment, hey, let's talk, man, hey. It's like they don't take a second to treat the person on the other side, the prospect, as a human. Because at the end of the day, it's literally just a human talking to another human, no different than you talking to your mother, you talking to your spouse, you talking to your friend. It's all literally the same. So the moment that we switched and started looking at it from that perspective and saying it's no different than a human talking to a human, something simple that we started off with was literally using emojis. You know why? Because most people use emojis in real life when talking to their family or friends. So, hey, start off using emojis. Treat it small. You could literally be like, hey, this is the 12th time I'm talking to you. Book an appointment. What's this? Okay emoji? I don't know. But it's really switching from thinking I need to follow up with these leads to I need to nurture these leads, because nurturing leads is something, at the very least on our side, we've seen essentially work way more better than following up with leads. And what I mean by nurturing is walking the prospect through the entire sales process and even fulfillment process step by step. So if you just got a lead come through, for example, the first step isn't to turn that lead into a client within one message or within one call. The first step is to build rapport with the lead, and for the lead to know that, hey, this is an actual, because what we've seen on our side at the very least is we get the lead in, and first thing would be like, hey, what's your home address? Yeah, and hey, let's meet in person. It's like, wait, what? For all I know, you're some random stalker who's gonna waltz into my house, and yeah, I'll save the rest because it doesn't really sound in my head YouTube friendly. But we've all watched enough horror movies to know how that ends up, right? So really, you'd ask yourself, okay, now that I have this person, what is the next step? Right, okay, logically speaking, the next step would be to build rapport with this person so that they know that, hey, I'm a human, right? Just like them. Okay, awesome. What's the next step? The next step would be to actually have this person hear my voice and hear that, I'm actually trustworthy, right? Building trust, because you've built rapport. Now you're building trust, so the person can feel comfortable with you. Okay, awesome. Now that the person feels comfortable with you, what's next? Okay, what's next is for you to gather more information that you weren't able to do on the onset, like at the top of the funnel, right? Like, okay, awesome. Now I got a little bit more information. Now I can use that information and help the lead logically understand why it's in their best interest for us to actually talk to them in person. Okay, now that you're talking to them in person, now it's time for you to show them the entire presentation and say, okay, looking at this entire thing, I want you to explain to me, do you think this is worth doing? Like, would you be opposed to going ahead and moving forward and, closing on the deal? And then based on what they say, you go ahead and you take it to the next step, and so on and so on. And it's very vitally important that you also follow the same framework when you're in the fulfillment stage, right? When you've already closed that deal. Because I've talked to agents who, for their listings is pictures on their phone, which is insane. It's like, at the very least, like, hire a camera crew to come over and take professional pictures for you. And the crazy thing is, they don't even take them like this. They take them like this. So it's like the picture of the house it's portrait instead of like landscape. If you are going to shoot with your phone, side tangent, if you're going to shoot with your phone, the very least, shoot landscape, not portrait. Little piece of advice right there. But I'd always suggest, just hire a camera crew. And if you're like, camera crew, I can't afford that, it's just too expensive. Well, batch the times you take pictures of your listings, right? So let's say you've got 3 mandates or 3 listings that 1 week. Well, awesome. Literally pay a camera crew to take pictures of all 3 of those properties within 1 day, within like 2 hours, depending on the distance between the 2. But jumping back on topic, I want you to understand these 2 things, right? It's not about nurturing. It's not about following up bluntly with the leads, right? It's about nurturing the leads. And there is a huge difference between the 2. And the moment you understand that difference, like, it's a game changer, right? And it's essentially taking a minute to put yourselves in, that lead's shoe or that prospect's shoe and say, hey, if someone talked to me this way or treated me this way or walked me through the process this way, would I become a client? Would I close a deal with this person? Right? Another thing is something I learned from Grant, actually. Take multiple shots. But do take multiple shots, right? Not just one. I'm not interested. When a person says, or a prospect says, I'm not interested, well, I'm not interested is a level of it's a level of interested, right? Because it's not really binary, right? It's not you're either interested or you're not interested. It's to what extent are you interested? Because someone who says I'm not interested, well, 2 months down the line, for all you know, they talk to one of their family members or friends, and they were like, you know what, you're actually right. Or maybe something in their area happened. Like maybe they were like, I have no idea. Like maybe crime increased in their area or something, or decreased. I don't know. And they're like, yeah, you know what, this is not really a good market. I want to go somewhere else. You know what, I want to sell my home. And then you talk to that person 12 months later and you're like, man, I actually sold my home a long time ago. But hey, thank you for calling. Or hey, I'm actually already working with an agent, man. It's nothing I can do. I'm already working with an agent. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, you should have followed along. It's like, So understand that when a lead says I'm not interested, it's not that they'll never close a deal with you. It's that they haven't yet walked through the steps and aren't fully nurtured yet. Yeah. And, take multiple shots, right? if you miss a shot and the person says no, doesn't pick up their phone, or says no, I'm not interested, understand that, okay, I can still go at this a whole lot more times, right? I'm not saying be some sort of weirdo who blows up their phone 20 messages in one day, but yeah. I really hope you found this video valuable. If you did, we do have some sort of payment on this channel, and that payment is if you found it's not monetary, it's not a monetary payment, it's just if you found value in this video, please go ahead, subscribe, like this video, comment, and more importantly, share it to another person who you feel will find this video valuable, because I really want to get the message out to as many people as possible. And hey, if you get incredible results with my free content and you're a real estate agent, go ahead and click a link that is in the description below. I don't know what they say. And let's talk together on a call, man. And I can nurture you into becoming a client. Cheers.